Thanks for coming. We'll give it a
Yeah.
Let's just put the hands over the lower abdomen for a while. Kind of put your mind to the abdomen and just breathe slow. And then as you breathe in, slowly breathe out as if the breath is pushing down into the navel, just below the navel and inside. And that kind of calms. Slow, soft, in breath calms the mind. Slowly breathing in, slowly breathing out, as if the breath is going down to the abdomen. We'll just do that in a moment to start so we're a little more relaxed. And let's try this thing. Just reach up the arms, breathe in. And we'll stretch out a little. Just turn to the side as you breathe out. In a half circle. And then breathe in a half circle, come up. And then breathe out, go the other way. And breathe in. And one more time. Breathing out as you go down. Breathing in as you go. As that just stretches his arm. And relax down. And then another thing just to kind of open up and relax. So just feel this way, as if you're breathing into the side of your body. Opening up the rib cage. And then the other side. Yeah, time. And relax. So we're going into fall, so we're doing a little slower type of movements. A little more yang type of movements we do in the summer. Okay, breathe in. We're going to turn our head to one side slowly. And then we're going to breathe out, slowly turning it to the other side. Then breathe in and continue breathing out as you turn. And breathe in. One more time. And it just kind of relaxes. Let's open the ankles. Just turning it. A lot of times they don't move those bones and muscles in between, so we turn that around, loosen it up, and then the other as well. Okay. And then the knees will loosen in and out. And there goes mine crackling. In and out. And then the other direction. And then put the feet together and turn the knees and so. So what happens with Qi flow, you just think of like a current going through you anytime, now the other direction. There's a blockage in the joints or the bones. Qi flow doesn't go there, so moving the joints and ligaments opens up that flow. Same thing as acupuncture, it opens up that channel. And now we're going to just loosen, well, let's do the hips. So left, front, right, back. And try just to move the hips, not the upper body if possible. So you're isolating. So it has to sort of push there and the hips forward, and then kind of pushes back and turns. And just rotate it like that. Now make it a little more circular. Good. Just relax. And the other direction. So they call it the frozen gate. From sitting a lot, the hips get blocked. You just have to open that by little muscles, little movement that we don't usually do. Opens that area, opens the foot. Okay, good. Now my favorite twisting practice, we're going to just spin the arms. Instead of the upper body, just think of the waist turning and the arms just flat. Loosen. And this will open up the ribs, loosen the body. Just a little higher out here, so we stretch more upper chest. Okay. And relax. Now we're going to hold the arms about here and do the same thing. This time we're going to turn at the hip, and as we turn, we bring that foot up, we bend that knee like a cat and turn, and look at the raised back heel. Okay, so the arms stay like a propeller, and we get that full stretch from the arms to the fingers and to the toes. And you can go slow, you don't have to go fast. Turn, look at the raised back heel. Turn, look at the raised back heel. So that the point where you look all the way back gives that full turn. Just let's slowly, thoroughly up and relax. Yeah, so a little bit loosened up now. And now there's another just practice for loosening up. We just bend the knees gently. And think of to bend the knees, think of the abdomen collapsing. And rather than bending the knees, just think it collapses in. And then when we rise, it straightens out. Okay, so the arms rise as they collapse, and then down. So as you collapse the abdomen, the arms rise, and down. And then breathe in very slowly. Now pull the arms back, and then push down. Breathe in. Pull the arms back and push down. So think of your feet like rooting into the ground. The toes press as you go down. And then as you rise up, like a thread is pulling the head up and the feet are pressing in. Okay. Down. Breathe in. And then do it in a relaxed way. As you breathe in, like the whole internal body stretches. And breathe out. Okay. So that's the basic movement, but then as you get a little more involved, in Qigong, they might say breathe through your feet, breathe through your hands, and you're breathing through the skeletal system. So it's called threading the 9 pearls. First pearl is the ankle. As I rise, My mind is in my ankles, then it's in my knees, and it's in my hip, then in my vertebrae, the vertebrae stretching up, then the shoulder, elbow, wrist, finger. So those are the 9 pearls. So you're threading them as if a thread of energy is going through and through down. So I always, say it's pretty hard for me to think of each of those joints, so I just kind of feel it all at once. Moving through, going to the fingers, then going to the toes. Breathing in, rock back to the heel, and then shift the weight. The weight shifts to a little bit to the ball of the feet, then to the heel, down. So that's kind of the movement, this threading, breathing in and breathing out. Now, the same thing, breathe in, let the arms rise up, let it, the shoulder do the lifting, shoulder. Yeah, so 45 degrees out, like a bird, and then down, together, and open up, breathe in, stretch out. Think of a bird's wing, it slowly unfurls to the feather tips, and then down. Breathe in and breathe out. Just relax. Open up your body. So you kind of, what we would call breathing through the whole body. Breathing from the feet to the fingertips. And then down to the feet. Now we do this little bounce, and then push. So it's sort of like the arms come in and press out. This way. Like 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and then bounce. 1, 2, 3. 1, bounce, 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 bounce. So, relax. I like to remind a lot of people that the meaning of Qigong is Gong, like in Gong is like developing ability with Qi, developing skill. So there are people who do a lot of fancy moves and have a lot of theories and so on. Those are all good, but ultimately it's about using Qi. And using Qi can be used for your health and rehabilitation, but you're using Qi, so it's not just calisthenic alone. So I bring that up because hands are like tools for sensing the field and gathering the Qi. So I like to teach how to gather the Qi, how to move the Qi to the body and to the being, basically. Okay? So let's experiment with this one. We're gathering down as if you're scooping up some energy. And then you're pulling that through as you rise, turn, and then sweeping down. Gather down. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, and then as you go down, breathe out. And then I just let the hands, fingers relax. And then that feeling, I call it sweeping the Qi field, as if I'm gathering up this energy that's in the universe. So that's an abundance of energy for all of us. From nature and life, the sun, the earth, the moon. All those trees, the plants. We're exchanging energy always. Breathe. And just opening up the flow in your body, basically. Good water. And relax. Yeah, it's we call that separating the clouds. And it can actually be done also with one foot like this. And then you can switch. Just add another. That's how from the Tai Chi form. You get a little work. Okay. I think I'm going to share with you a practice I learned in, it's a mountain called Wudong Mountain from a Qigong master. It took us a half a day to learn this practice, so just start and relax, but we'll do it simple. I think you might have done this with us before. And it's also a online video course. And one of the things they taught, instead of gathering the energy up, they always go down to gather the energy. And they said 3 things to remember: your feet, your abdomen, and the top of your head. So just you're kind of aware of that, all that alignment, that, like I was telling you, like an imaginary thread there, and then the feet rooting in, the abdomen collapsing to bend the knees. Yeah. Now the head doesn't go forward, it's just like a little rounding at the back that happens. Also, when we start this form, we always step out to the left. Okay, so it's like so. Kind of a shift away to the right and step out. It's a classic opening in Tai Chi. And this is technically Tai Chi. And then they have the hands held like this. So you probably hold them not so much here, but maybe more to the sides of the body. And if you think of the hand as if it's like interconnecting with a field of the earth, okay? The hands, when they're down like that, that's the purpose. So you hold them down for just a moment, and then the hands are going to sweep forward from the backhand, and as they sweep forward, I call it sinking. When we go down, we sink, and then as we come up, we rise. So that's the first part. Let's just try that. Sink and rise. So think of the arm going like so. Instead of this, think of the shoulder. Yeah, nice. Shoulder moving. And then as if right as you go up, the hands go down. So you breathe in and breathe out. Okay? So we started here, we step out. We just take a moment to connect with the earth, the field of energy. Then we sink down and we rise up. It's called Vitality Qigong. Okay, next, we're just going to sink down and the hands are going to kind of rise up to the chest and come out. So they come out in front of the chest like you're holding a ball. So feel that there's like a ball of energy there. And then as we rise, we turn to our left slowly. So turn to your left, right? And then as you sink, slowly go down to the center. Okay? Then as you rise, good. Very nice. And into the center, sink down again. Now we're going to rise, and the arms open wide. And then as we sink, they kind of press together, with the thumbs sort of coming together, like you're pushing the hand energy together in your hands, and you push it forward and upward. And then the arms just go down, they don't sink. And then they come up toward the face. And then push down. So that's just simply like so, and then down. So that was he spent a half a day teaching us that, but it's beautiful, and that's 1/3 of the whole practice. But,
you can feel the specialness of that.
Isn't that amazing?
What that is.
Yeah, I'm so glad I've learned this particular practice. I thought, why stop teaching it? So I'm glad to share that again. I thought to do it today. So let's start from the beginning, okay? So we'll step out to the left, okay? And then sink down as you gather with the back hand. Press slowly as you rise. Head pulls up. Rise. And now sink down. Expand. Now slowly rise. Slowly turn to your left, holding a ball. Okay. Hold for a moment. And then sink down into the center. And slowly turn to your right. And then sink down to the center again. Holding that ball of energy. Now rise and expand that energy between your hands. And now as you sink, press the hands together. And then push forward. And then upward. Sweep the chi field down. And then rise up to the face and push down. So one of the things is when the arms are going down, you have this connected up. It's hard to explain, kind of like this. The head sort of draws up and the feet always plant in. And I had studied Qigong, and then when I went there for this class in China, it was like, they said, you need to be, you need to really, the way we do it up here is we're always connected to the ground, And I've always been a sky person and stars and things, but wow, that really changed my form. Learning that really, I felt that, it's kind of like the power comes when the root area is clear, then the power can move through. You have to root in deep. So we'll do it again. I'll do a little less talking this time. And we'll just shift the weight to the right, step out to the left. Connect with the earth. Gather. And push down. And sink down. Hold the ball. Rise, turn to your left. Sink, turn to the center. Rise, turn to the right. Sink to the center. Rise, open the arms wide. And sink, push. Together, push forward and upward. And down. And as the arms sink down, and push down. Once again, we'll just go into the next one. Sit down, open the arms wide, expand the energy, and sink and contract. And push. And relax. So, you guys are doing great. If you can imagine when you're not thinking so much about the choreography, you just relax and get into it. This is your first try, it's amazing how well you do it. It's nice. Okay, let's work the arms and head. So this is swimming like a butterfly. Sink down, arms turn, and sweep this backwards, sweep, and then turn, sink down, and rise as the arms come up. And down. So it's as if the hands are pulling energy through the body. And you're gathering this way. Breathing in, breathing out. Turning from the elbow. Moving from the shoulder like wings. And down. Articulate the movement. Rotate the hands. Nice. And now in the opposite direction. So it's like you're sweeping through water, swimming. And remember, it turns and it scoops close to the armpit without tightening the shoulder. So you get a good stretch, and then comes up as you rise up. Turn, sweep. And this is called, this moving the arms in these different ways is called reverse tendon changing. So that we're stimulating all the tendons, all the meridians open up and connect to the arm, which connect to lots of the body. 6 meridians.